Hello, everyone, and welcome to this class. This is your All Levels Hatha class. And in today's class, we're going to be focusing on the low back, the mid back, and the hips. We're going to get into all those areas. And also, this class is going to be designed with lots of stretches that you could do if you're taking a summer road trip and you're in the car for long periods of time and you just need stretches. You just need stretches. Are we okay, everyone, with video settings, or did I mess something up there? Thumbs up for good video. I think I did something. Anyways, okay. All right, here we go. Let's start today. Let's start today seated. Look at me, I'm so indecisive. Let's start seated. Yes, please. And do take some time to find a comfortable seat. Sorry about that. I'm just going to get rid of my necklace. And we'll start with some gentle movement before we find our stillness, our moment of introspection. We'll just find maybe some circular motions or some swaying, anything here at all. You might even close your eyes and take a moment to just feel how this feels. And a couple of circles the other way as well. And then I want you to find a little moment of stillness here. Closing down the eyes. Feel your sitting bones grounding, and you might find just littlest tiny of wiggling, little tiny swishing of the pelvis here so that you can feel those two sitting bones really grounding down here. Maybe letting go of a sigh, some kind of breath that allows you to feel sort of this moment of settling on the earth. Sometimes a sigh or a bit of sound through the exhale can really help you to put some stuff down and to sort of signal to your body, your mind, your heart that you are arriving in this practice right now. You might begin to notice any chatter in the mind. Quite often when we begin to move into stillness, the mind can become quite active. This is very normal. Always a big part of a beginner's practice is this busy mind, and that's okay. Just allow the thoughts. Don't try to push any thoughts away. Just notice each thought as it comes in. And you might just say to yourself the word thinking. Each time you catch a thought with your awareness, thinking. Everything is okay. Everything belongs. Now bring the awareness to the nose, right there in the nostrils. Just feel the air as it flows in, and as it flows back out again. Everything is okay. Everything belongs. You are not your thoughts. You are not this body. You are the light within, the part of you that is aware of this moment, of this breath, and of this fluctuation of the mind. Breathe in, full breath, big sigh, let it go. Thanks. Bring your hands to your knees here, and I want you to start again to move. And it can be any kind of movements of the upper body. Maybe it's a little cat and cow through the spine, a little arching of the spine forward, and then lifting of the heart, lifting head. It could be circular motions. It could be swaying the upper body. If it's comfortable for you, close the eyes and feel, how do you want to move in this moment? What feels right for you? And as you find this sort of fluid movement, can you also be aware of any sensations in the body? Where does the body feel maybe a little tight or tender, uncomfortable? Where does the body also feel open, easy, relaxed? Noticing how your body is experiencing this movement. And then slowly make your way to center here. Release the arms by your sides. Big breath in. We'll sweep the arms overhead, reaching up. And then lean to one side. Doesn't really matter. Just lean to your side. And as you breathe in, rise again. And exhale, come over the other side. With your breath here. Your mind knows where you're going. Your mind is racing ahead, probably here. Speeding it up. You can stay with your connection to your breath and really wait. Full inhale here, full exhale there. Savor the pauses between the breath. Beautiful. As you breathe in, now rise up. Take the hands overhead and then ground the hands. Walk the body forward. Let your heart kind of lead this motion and folding here. If it's okay for your spine, if you don't have concerns around osteoporosis, osteopenia, you can allow your spine to really round forward here. If you had low bone density concerns, you might stay more in a neutral spine alignment. Take one Brahmari breath here, long humming exhale, inhale fully. Beautiful. Slowly walking the body back up here. And then extend notice that front foot. Which one is it, right or left? And then extend your legs out. Give them a little shake. Hug your right knee into your chest and cross the right foot over the left knee. Bring the sole of the foot down. And then big breath in, arms wide here. And exhale, twist to your right now. Let your hands come down. Left arm can either hug right knee or you can press left arm into the thigh. But allow your breath here to guide this twist. So inhale, grow tall. Exhale, gentle twist. Breathing here. One more breath. Beautiful. Then come back to center. Unhook that leg. Stretch the legs out. Give them a little shake. Big breath in here. Grow tall. Reach the arms up. Let your heart guide you as you fold. Beautiful. Exhaling. Pause here. Breathe. You might take those toes and draw them back towards you, kind of flexing the ankles. If it's accessible, you might reach for the toes or the shins. Big sigh, big breath. Then let's find one Brahmari here. Inhaling. This one is Paschimottanasana. Stretching out the whole entire back body here. And then slowly rise back up. I just have my teacher's words. Trisha, her name is Maitri Devi, and I just have her words screaming through my head. She's like, it's not about you as the teacher. Don't enjoy the practice. I was just totally in that one here. I was like, I'm not coming out. You guys are good. I'll leave you on your own. Oh, I digress. Anyways, hug left knee in now. Take the left knee in, cross the left foot over the right knee, sole of the foot down. Big breath in, arms wide. And then exhale, twisting left now. And really ride the wave of your breath here. So as you breathe in, find the spine expanding, lengthening. And as you breathe out, gentle twists. Finding this kind of flowing rhythmic quality to this twist. So the arms are just kind of there for the journey. They're not tweaking and pulling and pushing. They're just there for some support. Breathe. Beautiful. Let's come back to center now. Unhook that leg. Take the feet into butterfly pose. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. This could be a more yang-like butterfly today, if you like, by bringing the feet a little closer into the pelvis, kind of actively pulling the ankles in. And then big breath in, grow tall here. And as you exhale, heart leads the way. You might use your elbows here to press. So very different than a lot of our butterflies in this class. This one more yang-like, pressing, knees wide. Take some big sighs here. We're only here 3 breaths. Nice. And then slowly we'll come back up. Beautiful. Release the legs. We're coming around into our table pose now. Hands and knees. It might be pull up the pants time. Oh my goodness. There's a little girl biking by the window with this like unicorn helmet on. That's so cute. Squirrel. Coming into your table, take some time to set yourself up comfortably. We'll be on the knees for a bit, so maybe some padding here under the knees. And then once you've arrived in your table, cat and cow to start. And then let this cat-cow, any movement here, become fluid. You might circle the pelvis here, circle the head. Just somehow taking that cat-cow into a fluid movement. Like you're flowing water over different rocks and surfaces of the ocean floor. There's no predictable way that water moves. It's not angular, it's rounded and flowing. And our bodies, just like planet Earth, are made up of 70% water, thereabouts. So we are meant to be fluid. Now you might reach for a block if you've got one. It's not required, so don't stress here. Bring it between the hands. And then step the knees nice and wide apart, toes kind of touching in the center, and start to sink your hips back in the direction of your heels. And this is where you might take that block and on its lowest height, bringing it underneath the brow line so that the eyebrows rest on the edge of the block. Arms can be outstretched here, or for a more kind of restorative variation of child's, you could come into embryo with the arms down alongside your shins. And then just kind of gently roll the head side to side so you massage the brow line here. Oh. Maybe a Brahmari breath or a couple of Brahmari here. If the arms are down alongside you, bring them back. Rise up just to remove the block. We're going to stay in this child's pose. But take the block away. Stretch the arms out in front and overhead to the mat. And let your head come down to the mat. Elbows come down to the mat as well. Bring your hands together, palms together, into sort of like a prayer pose. Bend the elbows. Take the hands over the back of the head. And if you want to lengthen through the arms and the triceps, you can wiggle the elbows away from the knees, just wiggling them a little higher on the mat past the head. Couple more Brahmari breath here. Releasing the hands back down to the mat, rise up to your table pose. And we'll finish off this sequence on the mat by coming into a twist here. So big inhale, take the right arm up to the sky. Maybe you look up skyward. And then exhale, thread the right arm under the body, bringing the right shoulder down to the mat. And just landing in this twist. If you want to deepen the twist, right shoulder can wiggle a little closer to the left knee, just a touch. And then take that left arm and stretch it overhead to the floor above your head. And really wiggle that left hand away from the knee so you find lots of length through the left arm and shoulder socket. And then as you linger here in this twist, can you bring your awareness to the back of your heart space, the space between the shoulder blades, and breathe into that space. Almost like you could, with the breath, expand across the back of the heart space and feel the shoulder blades broadening wide across the back, like you're increasing the space between the shoulder blades. Imagine somebody placing a hand on your upper back, and can you breathe into that hand? Let's take one more breath here. Lovely. And then bring the left hand under the shoulder, and you'll slowly come out of the twist and take that right arm back up to the sky for a counter twist. And then right hand comes down, and inhale, take left arm up skyward, big breath, big reach. Nice. And then exhale, left hand comes down and thread the left arm under the body, left shoulder down to the mat. Right arm stretching overhead to the floor above your head. Breathing here. If you want to deepen twist, left shoulder can wiggle closer to right knee. Imagining that hand gently pressing into the space between the shoulder blades. Can you imagine breathing into that hand? One more breath here. Nice. And then bring the right hand underneath the shoulder, come out of the twist, taking left arm back up to sky, big counter twist here. Nice. And then left hand comes down, curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. And just take a moment to walk out your down dog. So you bend one knee and work opposite heel down. And switch, pedaling the ankles down, up and down. Beautiful. Then bend deep into both your knees, walk towards your hands, coming into a standing forward fold ragdoll here. Knees could be bent for a little more comfort and release into the low back. This is almost like that Paschimottanasana that we did earlier, that big forward fold, but now we're in a standing variation. So this could be one of the stretches that you could do if you are on your big long road trip this summer and you need a stretch break. So this will be one of them that you could do. And you could do this next to your car so that you kind of walk your hands down the car to come down, maybe hands on shins in this pose, or forearms resting on the thighs, for example, for some support. Nice big breath and a big sigh. Oh, and actually, let's just really give ourselves a chance to release here. Sometimes on road trips, we get a little stressed. Traffic can be an issue, especially if you're traveling in a big city. So as you take this next exhale, I want you to just let the head kind of shake and make some noise. Let the face hang here off your head, off your skull. So big breath in. Ah, beautiful. Do that a couple more times. I'm just gonna kind of talk you through it. I want you to imagine like you're a dog in playing in the water and then come out of the water and just let the whole face kind of shake and release. One more here. Oh, beautiful. Then you're going to take your hands. I want you to slowly unravel, walking hands up the legs for support. If you're dizzy, bend your knees. And then come up to your standing. Beautiful. So that kind of release of the face, because when we're stressed, when we're anxious, when we're in traffic, we tend to clench the face. It's one of the areas of the body where we don't need to hold tension. To stand here, I need a little bit of tension through my core, my pelvic floor, my transversus abdominis, my low back, my multifidi muscles in the back. There's all kinds of core stabilizers that we kind of need to engage on a regular basis to help us move and stand and sit. But when we're driving, we don't need this tension up here in the brow and in the jaw and in the tongue. We don't need any of that tension. So that little release that we just did, that shake the head out and let all of this go loose, is just so key to shedding stress and worry and anxiety, just shedding it all. And it helps also to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. I'm doing this because it's related to the spinal column. We can turn on the relaxation part of our nervous system just by doing techniques like breathing and releasing tension. Okay, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that'll give you motivation to be the weird one in the parking lot at the enroute and be like, ooh. You'll be that person one day. You'll be like me. So let's go into a couple of standing postures that we can do around our car if we're on a little break at a gas bar, let's say. So the first one, you're going to imagine this is your car here, okay? The hood of your car, the roof of your car, whatever height you need. And you're going to stand next to your car with at least one hand on your car for support. And I'll just face you so you can see. And what I want you to do is pick up your right ankle and hook it on your left thigh. Now, if you can't quite reach all the way up to your left thigh, you could use your shin here, or you could get out a bag, a suitcase from your car and find a little prop to set your foot on, okay? So if you got it up to your thigh here, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna start to pretend like you're sitting in a chair. So you sit, you bend into that standing leg, knee, and you send your pelvis way back in space. So you notice this front left knee is not coming way forward here. It's almost like stacking over the ankle and sending everything back here. So holding on to the car here for some support. Beautiful pigeon pose in our standing variation. Really nice way to stretch out the hips. And anytime that we're feeling low back pain, it can be attributed quite a lot to tightness in through the hips. So if you get out of the car and you're just generally stiff in the low back and hips, this is a really good one for that. Nice, take one more breath here. Beautiful. And then we'll do that second side. So again, holding onto your car for support here. Bend the left knee, place the left ankle on the right thigh, or place that foot on a prop, a suitcase maybe. And then bend into your standing right knee and send the pelvis and the body way back here, like you're reaching for a chair way back behind you. Breathing. Nice. Take one more breath here. Beautiful. And then rise back up. Awesome. So this next little sequence is going to be all about the shoulders, the upper back, the neck a little bit here too. So let's say you have a driving partner, you got a roadie with you. You can come up to your driving partner and you'll sort of stand facing one another, and then you extend your arms so your partner is over here and they're facing the other way. I'm going to show with a wall, but basically what you want is with your driving partner is to reach out, touch arms, kind of like this, and then you start to turn away from that extended arm. Turn, say, let's start with the right arm first, okay? So you can use your wall here at home. Touch the wall. You could be in a door jamb as well too. So if I open this door, I can put my hand against the door jamb and then turn away from that right arm. So you turn your upper body towards the left, turning away from the arm. Beautiful. So if we're working with the right arm here, you're going to take the head now and lean it to your left shoulder. And then you start to nod the chin here, lifting it up, dipping it down. So this could be roadside, beside the car, you and your partner sort of linking arms just for that kind of bit of resistance to the twist, stabilizing the extended arm with your partner's arm. And you can be nodding your chin here. You could also take your nose and look down to that left shoulder, and then left ear to left shoulder. Little micro movements with the head. And then if you and your partner are holding hands, now you kind of walk away from one another, hold hands, then you can take your right hand and go a little higher up, right arm up, and then take the right hand, lower it down a bit. So you kind of floss that extended arm a little up and a little down. Keep that going for a few more breaths here. Beautiful. And then release your partner's arms, release your hand from the door or the wall. Nice. Now we're going to come into, before we do the other side, a little down dog using, let's pretend we're using the roof of the car here, or maybe the car windows. So imagine this is my car here. I'm going to step back from the car enough so that I can extend my arms, placing the hands maybe on the roof of the car or the windows of the car. And then start to take steps back away from the car, walking the hands down the wall here, down the car, coming into sort of like a 90-degree bend in the hips, hinging forward through the pelvis. And then with hands firmly resting on the wall or the car here, you're going to let your upper body begin to dip down. So you come into a bit of a sway back here. And really find your breath here, because this one can get hot pretty fast. And by hot, I mean like intense. So maybe you find some brahmari, some humming exhales. One more breath here. Nice. And then walk back towards the wall. Walk your hands up the wall. Coming back to standing, and then just shake out the arms. Roll the shoulders. These are all stretches you can do on your road trip this summer to really relieve a lot of tension. When we're driving in particular, we carry a lot of tension through the fronts of the shoulders, and this area gets tight because as we're driving, we tend to do this with the shoulders. We hunch forward, And especially when we're seated, we get into these kinds of postures. So that stretch, those two stretches right there helped us to do this and open up, lengthen this heart space. So let's do the other arm now. Pretend you're reaching out to your driving partner. You could use your wall if you're at home. You can come right up to the wall even here. And then turn away from that left arm with the arm pressing into the wall or pressing into your partner's arm. Turning towards the right, away from left arm. And then take your head and lean it towards your right shoulder here. Nodding the chin up and down. If you're on a solo road trip and you don't have a partner, you could use the side of your car here. If you're too tall for that, you could go right to like a bathroom door jamb and do it in the bathroom. And you know, we always think, just keep moving the head here, finding those little micro movements. We always think, you know, in those moments like, oh, am I really going to do a yoga pose in an en route bathroom? Am I really going to do this? But, you know, it's kind of a wonderful thing, like all of that noise that's up in our head that says, oh, I don't want to be the weird one. And I don't want to look strange. And all of that kind of noise is really just noise. Everybody around you in that en route bathroom has their own stories in their own heads going on. And they're really, you know, just basically self-centered. We're all self-centered because of our ego. We're all just in our own noise. And most likely those people in the bathroom have 100 other things they're thinking about. Maybe they're the one with the kids who are like going crazy in that bathroom. So most likely what I'm trying to say to you is nobody's paying attention to your stretching in the bathroom. So yeah, let's take one more breath here. Arms extended, finding those movements through the head. Nice. And then I want you to turn back, release the arm, bring the head to center and just roll out the shoulders, shake out the arms. Beautifully done. All right, lovely people, today that's our standing series for the day. Let's make our way down to the mat by coming sideways on the mat. Turn sideways on your mat, face the long edge, turn your toes out slightly to the corners of your mat, and then big breath in, arms sweep overhead, and exhale, coming into your goddess pose. Can you imagine this one in the en route parking lot? Woo, woo. Yeah, I love this one. Beautiful way to strengthen the legs. It's also a really good one if you're a little bit woo-woo like I am, for cultivating divine feminine energy. And I think we could say fair enough if we're driving our cars and somebody cuts us off, or we're in traffic and we're stuck in the GTA in traffic. Can you imagine that? We all can imagine that. I think it's fair to say that in that scenario, we're cultivating a lot of masculine energy. So maybe a goddess pose in an en route parking lot, not a bad idea, to just bring in that feminine side. And we all have masculine, we all have feminine. One more breath here, we're getting lots of strength. Nice, and then inhale, rise up. We're gonna straighten both knees. Turn your right toes to the right, your left toes kind of angle into the center. We're setting up for a triangle on the right. Arms go wide here, big breath, long, tall spine, lean to your right. Take your right hand down, your left hand up for a triangle. Right forearm can rest on the thigh. You could bring hand down by the ankle or to a block. Beautiful, one more breath. Nice, and then let's rise up. We'll do the other side, toes point the other way. Left toes pointing left, arms wide, big breath. Hinge to your left now here. Tall spine. Take the left hand down, right hand up for your triangle. Breathing. Just imagine people driving by you in the en route while you do a triangle. You'd be so inspired. Nice. And rise up. That's the other thing too to think about. Like when we think we're like waving our weird flag for people to see, how many people are driving past us in that en route and being like, holy crap, that's such a smart idea. I should be stretching too on my gas up brakes. That's so cool. Heel toe your feet. Actually, let's take the feet wide again. Nice. Toes are going to point straight ahead. Now, big breath in, arms reaching. Exhale, folding forward, ground the hands. Let the head drop. Shake out the jowls. Anytime you do these forward folds in the standing pose, just really let the face release, relax. That technique comes from my teacher, Karuna Mai, and I'm actually going to see Karuna Mai today for lunch. I'm so excited. Nice. Now let's heel toe the feet into a narrower stance, but wider than hip distance apart, toes turned out here. And then sink your pelvis down. You might come to a high squat, or you might sink down into your malasana, lower squat. If you're coming into a low squat, option for blocks underneath the sitting bones. If the knees are grumpy in a low squat, then just stay in this higher squat here. Breathing one more big Brahmari humming exhale. Beautifully done. Release now out of the posture. In your own way, come to the floor. Maybe you stand back up and sink down. Maybe you step through to a table. And as you make your way down into your seat, hold on to the backs of the thighs or the shins here, and then allow yourself to rock and roll on the back. Now, if you're lucky enough to stop on your road trip in a green space, you could lay down on the grass and do this. Nice way to massage the whole length of the back. Maybe getting into a little bit of the kidney area, massaging the mid to low back. So if you're on your road trip in a park space, we'll come all the way down onto our backs now. Hold the knees into the chest, and then you might trace circles with your knees. It's a really nice way to massage the low back, massage the SI joints. And then we'll just finish off with a twist. So arms go wide here to the sides. Take the knees up and over to the right side. Knees dipping right. Maybe you turn your head towards your left arm, shoulder. Couple more big breaths here. Nice, and then take the knees back up to center and over to the other side. If you're on a road trip and you're here on your back, you might feel the breeze on your skin. You might listen to the sounds of the birds and the trees. And you might just savor the grounding, supportive energy of Mother Earth below. Just fully surrendering to her tender embrace. Nice. And then slowly come back to center. Lift the knees up here. Hug the knees in one last time. You might find just a little happy baby for a breath here. Holding the ankles or the feet. Knees drawing in towards armpits, soles of the feet shining to the sky. Rocking or stillness here. One last breath. And then release your legs. And in your own way, moving into your Shavasana, resting pose. Ask yourself, how could I arrange my body in this moment to bring more pleasure, more comfort, more ease? Feeling Mother Earth holding you. You are safe. You are held. Surrender. Reawakening to your breath. Feel your body breathing. As you begin to move here, move slowly, as if moving for the first time. And in your own way, begin to wake and stretch and move your body. Hug knees into the chest and slowly begin to roll to your side. Using help from your hands here to rise back up to your seat. Take one final moment here and close down your eyes, noticing how it feels now to be in your body. And noticing the quality of your thoughts, the fluctuations of the mind. Gather your hands now to your heart center. We'll close with some sound, linking our voices, our energy in this time, in this moment. Big, full cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale fully. And then inhale to your own. You are not your thoughts. You are not this body. You are the essence, the light, the source of creation that runs deep within. Through your practice, may you feel strongly connected to this inner light so that you may also feel strongly connected to all the beautiful people, all the beautiful creatures on this planet. We are all one. Namaste. And namaste to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me in practice today. I hope that if you are taking a summer road trip this summer, that it is beautiful and wonderful, and that you feel totally free to wave your weird flag and be that crazy, stretchy weirdo in the parking lot. Awesome. Enjoy. Bye.